Let's roll up together and do some Sunday salutations, shall we? All right. Welcome to my Bay Area friends, some of my very besties in the whole world, and we just flipped the switch to go live on Upward Spiral Yoga. It's great to see my expanding world of yoga friends all the way around the world. Now we're up to, let me check, 8 billion subscribers. So we're now going interplanetary because we filled up the YouTube hard drive. The reason we're so incredibly popular here, well, it's really twofold. It's the genius yoga movements and the humility. And when you amalgamate those two brilliant qualities, you get, well, it's just damn irresistible. That and a black cat that comes in and goes up the cat tree. But I think if maybe there's other factors that I'm not aware of, which could be yoga really works and we're connecting to a higher power. Now, to all my friends around the world, I do my Sunday yoga. It's called the Magic Blue Mat. And if you don't have one, too bad for you, man, because it makes yoga feel so good. And if you want to go into your bedroom, it's a provocative statement, isn't it? But you could just do yoga on your own bed if you want, because there's something about doing it on a softer surface that really helps. And I've begun to introduce these in my classes. I bought an S-ton of these, and am I going to do all my yoga on a big blue floaty cloud cushion now? Nope, but I'm going to do some of it, especially on Sunday, because after yesterday, with all my work and travel and moving boxes around and hitting golf balls and visiting with friends, and I had a rich full day yesterday. Today, Sunday is, I am sore AF. I am sore as fudge. So I really like taking Sunday to relax and do some gentle restorative yoga. Enough said. If the algorithm just dropped you off and you've been watching political programs or documentaries on the Weimar Republic or something, it's like, why don't you just stop that? Come and do some yoga, breathe, meditate, chant, pray, pet your cat, and go to the fountain of youth. Hi, Guy. Here he comes. Every time you see Looney go in and out, you take a shot of tequila or you like and subscribe. I'm going to do a gentle little forward fold with my legs crossed. Nothing too exotic to start. If you're not so bendy in Baltimore, crispy in Cleveland, atrophied in Atlanta, desperate in Dallas, just move a little bit with us. God's inviting you to come back into the fold, move your body a little bit. Our body is God's great gift to us. What we do with it is our gift back to God. So if you've been misbehaving with your body or just not paying attention to it, this is a good time to get back into some movement. Now, you may note I'm just sort of oscillating side to side a little bit. Less thinking, more being. Relaxing my head down. I just want to get some of this galactic acid out of my body, this lactic acid that builds up. Now, your elbows may not fit down on the floor. If they don't, you probably got really... T-Rex has been watching a lot of classes. His elbows don't fit all the way down either. Don't compare yourself to the other dinosaurs and reptiles, because even the best dinosaurs ultimately experience an extinction event. So just be happy with where you're at in the game. Good, inhale, come on up. Okay, that's all the time we have. I'm going to go hit some more golf balls. Checking my Apple Watch. It's telling me what to do. Artificial intelligence is scary. Shoulders, 1, 2. I've been living on artificial intelligence for years. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yesterday, I had a long discussion with my in-person yoga students. I teach publicly here in the Bay Area, and we were talking about overcoming deep forms of PTSD, anxiety, fear, dread, just the modern condition, and how we should always be looking for new means by which we might make deeper inroads into healing these subterranean caverns of our soul. Inhale up, out, behind your back, up your back. We're just going to do, if you're brand new, we're just going to do something called joint juice. We're going to spray some KY jelly on all the primary movement systems of our body, and then we'll be much more likely to release more deeply into the restorative yoga. If you have an injury or a hitch in your get along and any of the poses don't work for you, you can always, I was going to say sit those out, but I'm going to use a new phrase, lie those out. And poof. So I'm in this interesting transition phase in my own teaching where I pretty much need to have everybody have one of these. So it's presenting a dilemma, but every problem has a solution, and I'm kind of working through it bit by bit. But sooner or later, I'll make sure all of my 8 billion subscribers have one of these. All things have a solution. Good. Now, take your head around. 1, 2. There are a lot of problems that are too big for us individually as mortals, but no problem is too big for what I call God, love, source. But that's usually the last place we go for answers. Usually we exhaust all of our own limited resources. And then when you run out, finally, I could have had a cosmic V8, 7, 8, other way. Good. Remember the first line of a great world scripture says, in the beginning, not you. 3, 4. I had a friend once, his name was John, and he went into his church and he changed all the Bibles so that it said, in the beginning, John, 7, 8. He was excommunicated for that. Okay, what else do we need to do while sitting? Oh, cats making biscuits. Now I know I am predisposed to cats, but I know amongst my 8 billion subscribers, there are a lot of dog people out there. So either way, use your paws. Good, then acupressure broke out. Tap the heels of your hands. This makes you more popular on social media. In the largest sense, do you think social media has been a positive or negative influence on the consciousness of mankind? Ooh, that's a big question. Okay, now I'm going to take these. I'm going to push them in left and right. I think like anything else, all of mankind's great technological developments are a double-edged sword. Atomic energy, wonderful, good stuff. You can run machines forever. But of course, exactly 80 years ago today, we used atomic energy not so optimally on. So everything's a double-edged sword, smush and push. Good, then take your arms out into vulture capitalist flexion, side to side. I'm a vulture capitalist. I'm limited to 2 pieces of carry-on. Side to side. Good, then we're going to put the back of our hands in here and we're going to push and smush into your tush. This keeps my cat shuttle from blasting off. This also keeps you from inadvertently levitating. I've done yoga for, well, 49, well, 50 years now, summer of 75. So 50 years of yoga for me. So I'm well into the levitating, telepathy, bilocation stuff. So oftentimes I involuntarily levitate, like when I'm in one of my spiritual meetings. So I use this to hold myself down. Good. Poof. Inhale. Having fun with friends. Out to the side. Internal. Outternal. 50 years of doing something, which of course implies that I'm at least 50 years old. In. Out. Now all the in you got behind your back, up your back, put some in here. Now, if you're watching for the first time, it's like, maybe I will try some yoga. And you see this, it's like, maybe I won't, because I can't do that. So there's probably a lot of things that you can't do, but you could, if you just tried, do it a little bit every single day. We are pattern assimilating primates. There's no pattern that we can't assimilate, both for good or for evil. So if you do yoga properly, it'll expunge the negative patterns slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. And it'll begin to incorporate the most beautiful, ethereal, all good patterns of being. That's all. Do you have anything better? Can I have like a new car or something? Poof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake poop off of your hands. Hi, how you doing? Cup your hands at your heart, close your eyes. Let's practice Samtosha, the yoga principle. I'll do my best to unpack the word Samtosha. Contentment, acceptance, gratitude, enoughness, okay, it's good and getting better. If you want me to translate your religion for you, just drop me a line. I'll clear up any of the misinterpretations you're currently suffering from. Glad to do it. Okay, my friends, now we're going to start doing some yin and some restorative yoga. Finally, I know you're thinking, some of you have just been eating popcorn waiting for the good part to start. So I'm going to move my computer over here, and I do hope you have a yoga blanket. So you might be thinking, well, I have blankets, but it's not a yoga blanket. Greg, could you tell me the difference between a yoga blanket and a regular blanket? Exactly the same thing. Yoga blankets cost 3 times more. So this is an expensive yoga blanket. I'm going to put it where my neck goes. How is my neck going to go there? That is an excellent question. We're going supine. The word supine comes from the Sanskrit word supta, S-U-P-T-A. Supta means laying down or on the back, and Sanskrit is the mother of all languages. So supine, supta, supine. Oh, now we are not talking. Oh, baby. Okay, so this would be nice for about an hour, but I'm going to bring my right knee in. I'm going to grab my right knee. I'm going to take it around in a circle. I'm going to soothe my acetabulum, my hip joint. If this is too easy for you, you need a break, kids. Other way. If your Bible says in the beginning me, you probably should take a load off once every now and then. Good. Now I'm just going to hold my knee in, extend the other leg out. And as my knee comes in, my spine shortens. So that would put a Francis Crick in my neck if I didn't have the blanket underneath. Who's Francis Crick, you ask? Crick and Watson, they discovered the DNA helix in 1953 at Oxford. They were both strident materialist atheists, and their life goal was to find the material basis for existence and life itself so that we could expunge ourselves from the miserable superstition of religion. Okay, now I'm going to lift up my head, neck, and shoulders. I'm going to take my right elbow over my right knee. You may not be bendy enough to do that. If you want to reach up further and bring your left elbow over because you're hella bendy, you feel free. And now, because I'm on the magic blue surface, my whole spine is sinking in and I'm getting release into the stuff that happened very early in my life. Well, that's a bold claim. If you're not currently making any bold claims, you should probably start. Now, you might be wrong, but at least you're trying. Easier to tame a tiger than paint stripes on a pussycat. Very good. Now I'm going to release that leg. I'm going to take that one out, bring the other one in. I believe this is my left one. It's the one with an L on it. I'm going to take my knee around in a circle, and I'm going to take some time and soothe and nurture and take care of myself. Are you always soothing, nurturing, and taking care of others? That's good as far as it goes, but if you don't take care of yourself, your own resources are going to run out. So put your own oxygen mask on first. Take your knee around the other way. I'm writing a little short comedy about a plane crash where they let down the little masks and instead of oxygen, they have nitrous oxide. And everybody is laughing hysterically on the way down. Good, now I'm going to lift up my head, neck, and shoulders. I'm going to take my left elbow over my left knee. If you're bendier than me, and you may I've actually met people who are more flexible than me, pisses me off. You can take your right elbow, but you got to be able to relax down into the surface you're doing your yoga on. Hopefully it's your bed or one of these magic cushions. Oh, I just got this deep release way down into my hippie. That was splendiferous. See how much you can relax in my class? You won't be harangued for over-relaxation. Do you have anybody in your life that harangues you? Does your mate harangue you? Does your cat harangue you? I think you should harangue up on them. Good. Now, I'm going to put both my feet down on the floor. Sometimes you got to put not just your foot down, but your feet down. I'm just going to mildly oscillate my pelvic bowl. I've been to the Hollywood Bowl. I've been to the Super Bowl. I'm now going to participate in my pelvic bowl, up and down. Just rocking the pelvis, kids. Maybe you haven't rocked your pelvis for a while. Probably a good day for that. You can do it on your own, ups and downs. Good. Now, I know you might be really tight, and the idea of bringing both knees in is anathema to you. You can scarcely grab your knees. They are so far away. They're like distant relatives living in Akron. So you just bring them in a little, or you bring them in a little. But I find when I do it on my bed or this surface, my lower back can relax, my groins cut more deeply into my body, my neck releases, and I can draw. This is cannonball pose. This is for back in the days, you'd get super drunk and run into your neighbor's yard and jump into their pool in a cannonball. So now I can wrap my elbows around my knees. Now my knees don't come all the way together. It's my parents' fault. But if your knees can come all the way in together, that's cool. And now you really, really, really need the blanket underneath your neck. Relax your shoulders. Now, if you're a friend of Bill, if you're in recovery, we have a great affinity and penchant for those folks, because I'm one, and if that makes no sense, it's just secret code. Don't try to figure it out. But I think this kind of yoga is the 11th step. It is participating in physical postures and movement and mentalities that increase our conscious contact with God. Of course, a God of your own understanding. And now the cool thing about Yin Yoga, Yin is an acronym, and it stands for why I in this pose so long. Because now I can take some time. Now with time, you might squeeze yourself into a smaller and smaller and smaller little ball. But it can't be rushed. Well, it can be rushed. You'll just really screw yourself up. Okie doke. Now, releasing my feet down, stretching my legs all the way out. And we're just going to take half a minute of let that dent in our body dissipate. I'm basically a metaphysical dent removing service. Okay, that's excellent. Now for something completely different. The kids sit back up again. Wow, great YouTube presence today. Amazing. Good to see everybody. We have people from all of the continents except for Antarctica. Now with Starlink, penguins are starting to watch in Antarctica. So we're sitting back up. Let's chant Om together. Big inhale. Doesn't that feel good to resonate with the primordial vibration of the universe? Sure does. Chanting Om aligns you with the universe. Om, some spell it A-U-M. I spell it O-M, just easier, fewer vowels. It reminds me that if I could draw like Gary Larson, I would draw a station wagon with 6 or 7 cows in it driving through a country field. And as they're driving through a field, they see a group of humans over in the hills, and they're chanting Om. And one cow says to the other cow in the station wagon, "Look, those cows have dyslexia." Probably not politically correct. Don't really care, obviously. Okay, now, cats and cows. Speaking of cows, now I got to tell you, I love cats and cows on my softer surface. If you want to do this on your hardwood floor, or maybe you have marble tile in your house, you're doing yoga right on the marble tile because your nervous system actually really likes tremendously hard surfaces that have no give. Now here's a pose I haven't done for a long time because my knee does not allow child's pose, but on this surface, I'm back, kids. So I'm using a cushion or a blanket. I'm widening my knees. My big toes are together, and I can sink my booty, B-U-D-D-H-I, back. And now, for the first time in the 20s, I'm back in child's pose. Now, maybe your child's pose is really deep and you don't need no stinking bolster. Your booty goes all the way back and comes all the way down. You achieve what's called in football a crotch down. I'm still gonna help myself out a little, but I gotta tell you, my booty has dropped 5, 6 inches from where I've been for years. It is capital. Now, this is pure restorative yin yoga. If you don't like it, there's nothing wrong with the poses. There's something wrong with you. And it's time to relax and settle in and take a load off. And I'm going to go up and over to my other ear. Every second you spend in a restorative yin pose, you are reducing the psycho-emotional accumulation of PTSD, fear, and anxiety in your body. Rather than adding to it, you're making it smaller, you're transmuting those energies into love, bliss, joy, ecstasy. Okay, now all I'm going to do is I'm standing up on my knees and I'm going to take the bolster off to the side for a moment. My knees are wide, my big toes are together, and I'm sliding my hands into my 80s Calvin's jeans. And I have good jeans too, Sydney Sweeney. I'm pushing my booty forward. What does that do? Well, stretches my quads, my hip flexors. Most of us are very atrophied and from sitting all day long, so this gets crunchy. So I'm just pushing down into my shins, can you reach your heels? Can you push your hips forward? If you can't do this, just keep coming back once a week. You'll be able to do it sooner or later. I'm no paragon of virtue in this. Good, now I'm going to come up. Now here's an interesting pose. I'm taking my right arm and sliding it underneath, palms up. My arms are going underneath my undercarriage. See my hands back here? See them? They're down here. It's weird and wonderful. If you can't do it, then you're probably kind of annoyed and you want to be able to do it, which is going to make you try, and then you're going to be able to assimilate a new pattern in your body. Good. Come on up. What I like about this is I'm doing a bunch of poses I haven't done for a long time. Now I'm bringing my knees and my feet in together at hip distance apart. My knees and my feet and my hips are hip distance apart. Knees and feet are variable, but my hips are always hip distance apart. So from here, right arm up, Can you touch your left heel and reach your right arm up and smile? And then look up. Things are looking up. You can lean all the way back or lean back a little. This is really, if you're over 50, this is really good because it's very natural and very human to take your left arm up and put your right hand on your right heel. It's a little twist. It's a baby back bend. And then you reach up and plunge your hips forward into newfound adventure. Good. Bring that down. And then we'll collapse into a heap. Ups and downs. Good. Now here's something a lot of humans don't do anymore. Well, everybody does this. This is called texting your friends. Now, teenage kids, they'll lay on their bed all day long, obviously, and not do anything else. And they'll text their friends. Now I'm going to let my right leg down. This is just my left leg here. I'm going to cross my right forearm in front of me. And I've got a big question for my friends around the world that are over 50 years old. Can you take your left arm out and touch your left foot? Left arm, left foot. If you can't do it, just get a strap or a blanket or a towel, a lasso, and play some Gene Autry and lasso your foot. I'm going to grab my foot. Is this yin yoga? You better believe it. I'm going to massage the middle center bottom of my left. You can be in internal rotation and grab outside your ankle, or you can bring your hand up over your foot and have your left shoulder in external rotation. But just, most of us are very tight here. But doing it on the magic surface or the bed, you can lift the leg up if you want, if you need more stimulation. Oh, not me, I don't need more stimulation. I can push into my right elbow and get some spinal extension. I can push my left foot back and bring my spine up a little bit. But again, this is not excitatory yoga. This is relaxation yoga. If you can't reach back and grab your foot, it's okay. If you stick with this with diligence, patience, and persistence, your range of motion will come back. And then your range of emotion will come back. And life will start to be the great adventure that your higher power designed for you at the factory. Okay, gonna let go of that side. Bring my arms back in front. I'm gonna toggle my undercarriage a little bit. Just loosening things up. Got a big body massage coming later today from a great body worker. I'm going to be ready for that. Now, I bend my right knee. That typically brings my right foot up. You're brand new watching. Does your right hand touch your right foot? It may not. I can grab outside my right foot or inside my right ankle. I'm an inside guy because it allows me to massage the middle center bottom of my right foot, which is my heart-lung center, so I can clear up a host of respiratory ailments, whooping cough, diphtheria, Munchausen by proxy syndrome, just a bunch of respiratory ailments you can relieve in just minutes a day massaging the middle center bottom of your right foot. Then I can grab and I can gently push the front of my right hip down by pushing my right foot back. Drop your chin, chest forward, left leg extended. Good, now I'm going to release that. Now, believe it or not, there's something called yin neck stretch. I'm going to lay on my right ear with all of my body just melting like butter into the bed. Yes, Martha. Yes, Virginia. This is a yoga pose. Trust me. And then we're going to Van Gogh over to the other ear. Good kids. Now, come on up. Sit with me. Namaste. Just a sec. Let's talk. We have to talk about this next sequence. We have to talk. Can we just talk? Has your mate said to you, we need to talk? Isn't it great to go about a decade without ever having to hear that? We have to talk. It's like, no, we don't. We haven't talked for 13 years. Why start now? We're perfectly comfortable living in the same household. You stay over there, I'll stay over here. If you need marriage counseling, at your service. I'll have you separated in no time. Close your eyes, meditate with me for 30 seconds. No, as a yogi, I'm completely a proponent of human relationships. I think it's a natural thing to do to be a householder. Close your eyes. We are calm and mostly peaceful cats. Okay, now we were calm and peaceful until this next sequence. Maybe you've just recently had surgery or something and this is off limits, but for the other 7 billion people that are watching, I'm going to show you a sequence. Now, for me, this is challenging and it's humbling because, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago in my class with my teacher, I'd be doing this ripping back and forth at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but a little bit of meniscus here and a little bit of frozen toe syndrome and a little bit of, so I admit that it's a bit of a challenge for me and I'm going to say and ooh a couple of times, but I'm here to help. It's not about me. Isn't that amazing? Usually everything is about me. This is about you. I'd like to help you listening out there, my worldwide audience. So just watch me go through this sequence, decide for yourself whether you even want to try it, but maybe you can do little increments of it. And we're just going to get better little bit at a time, baby steps. Okay, better get on with it. So you can just watch. Here's the sequence. Cats, cows, cats, cows. Fold my not very bendy toes under, push back over, squat. I haven't been squatting for a few years except, and this really, my heels don't come down except they do on this magic blue surface. So now I'm getting this, it's an amalgam of torturous, ecstatic, blissful, miserable, hideous, monstrous, wonderful, ecstatic stretch of my calves, shins, heels, Achilles, etc. It lengthens my lower back. Then the next part of the sequence is boom, boom, shakalaka as my buns drop. Now, if I had done that on the floor, the drop would have been somewhat further, and it's likely that my airbag would have gone off, which would have been embarrassing on camera. But I can do it on this. So now I plant my hands and my feet, and the counter to all of this is this. And you're thinking, this is a brilliant sequence. This will restore anyone's body over time back to childlike flexibility and fun. Bring booty down, stretch legs out. Good, and now even with the booty sinking back and posterior rotation of my pelvis, I really have to exert down into my legs to get my spine up. but that's good for me. Then I bring my paws down. Now, here's another part of the sequence that you might say, I don't know. Feet in, feet hip distance apart. You lift up a little and you say, oh, expletive deleted. This is as much as I can lift. I'm kind of weak and not very flexible. After a while, you'll be able to at least get to here. And then you come over the top and you sit on your foldy under toes. Now, how much do I like this? I don't care that I like it. It has nothing to do with whether I like it or not. It's whether I need to do it, and it's prescribed by my higher power in order for me to get back in alignment with, quote, his will rather than my own. So I don't sit on my dorsiflexed, toes folded under anymore because on a hard surface, because it hurts like a lot. But on this surface, I can kind of lean back in, stretch my feet, come back onto my hands, and then we can do some relieving cats and cows. Relieving in the emotional sense, not the physical sense. Ups and downs. Good, now I widen my knees out really wide, and I achieve crotch down. Then I pull my hands in, I come up, I get my comeuppance, and I thrust my hips forward. Then I bring my hands down, and we do it one more time because you liked it so much, you're thinking, I would love to do that 6,000 or 7,000 times. Knees and feet hip distance apart, fold your toes under, go back into a squat. Now, if this is really easy, you're just going to say, this is a really neato sequence. I love doing this. I can see with my own exceptional intelligence how this really works my body through all it. And on the other hand, you're like, God, I can't do that. What happened to me? And so maybe you just do little chunks of it. But if you do little chunks of things, they will sew together over time, and sooner or later you'll be able to do it. I can lift my hands, just balance, take my hands behind, and drop onto my keister, then stretch my legs out. Then I plant my hands, bring my feet in. I'm here to tell you kids, this vinyasa is the fountain of youth. Good, now booty buns come down, legs go out. Now, how are we going to get back over the top? That's a really good question. Feet come in, plant them, go over. Try this a couple of times, back and forth, booty, knees, booty. You'll note my knees aren't coming all the way down because my toes are just kind of stiff. So now I'm getting over to here. This is the dicey place. If you have really long arms and a short torso, but I have a long torso and just, average arms. Now, as I come down, so in my class with my great teacher back in the aughts of the millennium, every class started on a hardwood floor, sitting or kneeling with your toes folded under. And my toes didn't fold at all then, and my toes would split open and they would bleed like split tomatoes. But my teacher had a very high pain threshold for my pain. That's why God inspired me to do yoga on a softer surface, because I'm here to bring yoga to the masses. Down on your hands, cats and cows. Good, kids. All right. And we're back. Leave a comment. Typical comments of late have been, holy guacamole, Greg, these new sequences you're doing on a softer surface or inviting me to do this on my bed, your bed, are really just transforming my life. I'm astonished. I'm telling all my friends about this yoga. I'm so grateful that infinite higher organizing consciousness has drawn me to you so that you can show me how to regain function, form, and capacity in my body and make my latter days greater than my former days. Most comments are a slight variation of that, I have to admit. Like, what the hell is this yoga? Who do you think you are? There's a lot of that. There's like, who gives you the right to do yoga? Close your eyes. Stop. Now, here's an interesting instruction. Stop thinking. Just for a second. Got a lot of stuff to do later today. Got a lot going on. Plate is full. Actually, you're spinning plates, 8 or 9 at once. The key to life is to get as many plates going as you can and run around back and forth through all, in between them all, and keep them all going. Okay, kids, one more sequence, and then we'll do a nice deep restorative shavasana together. If you don't have a yoga bolster, I suggest you get one. Get one of these, get one of these. I'm probably going to open up a yoga props thing online. You can buy this stuff online, and I'll make a lot of money, which is come for the yoga, stay for the cash. Now, I'm going to put this where my spine is going to go. If you're really flexible, you don't need this. What's this? It's a cube of Soylent Blue. It's a yoga block. You should always have yoga blocks. Maybe my head will end up there, maybe not. I love the puzzle aspect of yoga, using your body as Jenga to see where you can move and where you can't. Can you see that I'm sitting cross-legged with this behind me? Is that groovy? Do you get that? Now here's a pose that's been radically transformed as the result of using the magic blue cushion. This is a trifold 4-inch memory foam. Memory foam, what it does, this memory foam absorbs your bad memories and allows you to release your painful patterns of perception. Yeah? Good. Now, I'm going to take my right shin and fold it under. See that? I like doing yoga sideways to show this stuff. My left knee is just out to the side. It's over there on the left. My right shin is folded under. If you're crispy in Cleveland or atrophied in Atlanta, try this on your bed. Your right hip will drop more, and I can look at my pelvis. I actually have a job where I can say, look at my pelvis rocking left and right, and it's appropriate. Good. Now, on a hard surface, this is as far as I'm leaning back. On this soft, watch this. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So now I'm back in this pose for the first time since, I don't know, Obama's first election, 2008. Those were the days. Lean back. I can even extend my left leg out. Now, I know you might be brand new. You don't have a soft surface. You're having to do yoga out on the street, on the concrete and broken asphalt and stuff. So just stay up on maybe you're doing yoga in your backyard on your dirt. But I'm telling you, if you would just go into your damn bedroom and just try it on your bed. Trust me. Trust me. Now I can, instead of gritting my teeth and turning purple and stimulating my sympathetic fight or flight nervous system, if you Google PTSD, a picture of me comes up. Even I can begin to relax my deep psychic injuries. Boy, does that sound like victim guy or what? And I'm not complaining. Everybody, we all had our stuff early on. There's a positive magic in spending a little time or a long time in these exotic bodily signatures. The thing about doing this on a softer surface, it disperses the pressure points. Instead of one or two agonizing compound fractures, it disperses the energy and the release and the weight across a broader plane of experience. A broader plane of experience. My adventures as a captain on a commercial airline. A broad plane of experience. Okay, kids, now I'm coming back up on my hands, and the miracle, it is literally one. We live in the age of one miracle after the next. Now, my hips are going like ridiculous high, just way up, way, way, way up, and I'm sinking way down, dragging my right leg out. Whew. Now, I'm telling you from my own experience, I'm riding the edge between sympathetic experience, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and relaxation. I don't want yoga to be numb. I don't want to go unconscious. I want to ride that edge between, oh my God, I'm going to die, and, oh no, actually I'm safe, loved and nurtured by a universe that's actually friendly. So that is the jumping off place. Now, my right knee goes out to the side. I'm folding my left shin under. Now you can't see my shin now because now you see my right knee. Same pose, other side. Now this is the side with my recent little hip injury, which is better, and my meniscus knee. So even on this surface, I'm still going to exercise caution. Exercise caution. Ooh, I'm leaning. Ooh, right. Now I'm on that edge between, well, I'm on the edge. You know the edge. You go to El Capitan, you climb up to the top. Some of your friends are like way out at the edge taking pictures, and your mentality says, that's too close to the edge. I'm going to stay about 50 feet back. But after you keep crawling, some people go up to the edge of El Capitan, literally crawling on their belly, but at least they're experiencing their edge. If you never experience your edge, you don't stay static. You contract into a little lump of human coal, and then you die. So it's good to explore a little bit. And now I can lean back. I'm way tilted over to my right, but at least I'm in the game. I can take my arms up over my head like the pinup model that I am. I can breathe into this it's sort of an excited breath pattern, and I can calm it down. And as I calm down the excitement and the PTSD and the fear in my body, I am literally growing new brain wiring. New neuronal patterns are developing in my brain, allowing me to perceive a much larger, brighter, finer, more fun, more frisky, more prosperous, more flourishing, more delicious, more gratifying, more loving reality. That's all. Okay, kids. Now, finally, come up. I really like this bolster behind me because I can push into my arms, and my hips are going over the moon. I am going, God, not only do I offer my head and my heart to you, I offer my hips, which most people generally don't. Good, now come on down. Drag this left leg out. Oof. I got to tell you, I am wildly enthusiastic about using my body in ways that I haven't for a long time. All paradoxically is the result of an injury. So the worst thing that's ever happening to you actually is the most healing thing when seen, processed, and assimilated from the appropriate attitude. Good luck on that. Good. Now, Shavasana on a cush. My knees over this. If you don't know what Shavasana is, it's 5 minutes of the deepest imaginable, ecstatic, euphoric, blissful, lying on your back and not doing nothing except grammar. And I'm going to put a little cush underneath my neck. And I'm dropping into Cloudville, kids. You deserve a break today. Now, this memory foam bed-like surface, it's absorbed. If I were to get up, there would be the silhouette of my body. And so all my body weight, and my body is very smart and knows how to heal and is just releasing layer by layer, point by point, proximity by proximity. My skeleton, flesh, blood, and bone is finding its natural release and equilibrium. I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, stay in the pose. There's my voice from away far off, and hasten back slowly. And this is the time every Sunday where we do that metaphysical, spiritual, potentially religious ritual where, if you'd like, you could invite God, love, source, creator, infinite, Krishna, Buddha, profound, infinite, nameless, infinite, higher organizing presence in, if you'd like. Doesn't matter what you call it, him, or her. It just matters that you call. Just matters that you call. God's very polite, even anonymous, and won't barge into our lives without an invitation. Happy to let us fumble along and come running when we need. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes, circulate feel goods around your body. Good. I'm going to bring my feet in. I'm going to curl over to the side. Fetal position on the cushion is just one more explosive remembrance of ecstasy. Okie doke, and keeping our eyes closed if you can, sit up. Hands to our hearts. We humans are going through an interesting time where there's things that make us very, very different, very polarized, there seems to be a wide chasm growing amongst so many of us. And while that's true at one level, there's a place on the inside where there are no differences, and that place is stillness and silence. It could be our one hope of healing. And then all together around the world, we all say, Namaste. As always, I bid Avita saying adios, arrivederci, and au revoir to everybody around the world. Please like and subscribe. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Even if you don't like it, just do me a favor. You'll feel really good. And I hope you feel better after doing this. Stick with us for a while and leave Looney a comment. He returns all of them. See you YouTubers later.